Hello, everyone. So, how many billionaires do you know that are the president of a university? Billionaire. There's our sound check. And that's the big question of today is, how did the U of I president get to be a billionaire? Now, I don't know the answer. Do you? Let's go ahead and talk about it. And furthermore, in the Idaho 4 murders, was there some sort of upper management of the sororities and the brats that were like sending out the flying monkeys? What are your thoughts? Well, let's find out together. We're going to go over and check out our beautiful starlights and do some catch up, and I'll meet you there. I said hello to everybody and I forgot to turn the mic on. Well, maybe you could read my lips. I'm notorious for that. So, what do you guys think of the new setup? I think this is going to help us. And I have a whole new setup for our read, too. That's better? Hi, Zach Woolsey. Love you, too. Christina Romp, welcome to 1111 Starlights. And y'all can hear me now. Hey, Dreamweaver, Cat H, Shelly, and Susan Roscoe. I said hello to like Jeff and Jenny and Lorna and Laura, Robin and Colleen and B. Rando. I said hello to everybody while I was muted. Hi, Ropers. How are ya? Moonlight Rays, good to see you. I'm going to get my little cross-legged position here of comfort. Love the setup, says Interior. You like it? Can you guys see it good? Everything? I am trying. You know, I've always said we're a work in progress. So let me give you a little tour, okay? So we start off, instead of going right to video where there's this kind of place in between, I'm being recorded and it will go out for the replay. But at the same time, you guys aren't going to see it unless you go watch a replay. So there's a little flux of energy I didn't know what to do with. And so I created a little way around that gives us an opening that kind of brings us all together and on the same page for when we get to talking. Moonlight Ray says, you are so creative. Love it. Thank you. It's inspired by the divine. Hi, Jill Kendall. Now I don't know who heard me say hello and who didn't, so I'm on repeat. So if I say hello twice, it's because I was muted and I don't remember who. And hey, Sheely. All right, Shelly, sorry. Hey, Dreamweaver. So let's get into talking. Virgo 22, welcome as a starlight. We've got some things. All right, let me see if I can do this. Hold on. We have, is it this one or this one? Okay, get ready. Are you ready? Watch this, you guys. So I've got a challenge for you guys. You're going to get so excited. All right. So this is only happening on members. All right. Just for now. It's just members for January. February's, it's going out to the public only. No, I mean, members can participate, but it'll be on the other side. So for January, it's just members. And this giant jar, hold on. I forget you can't see my desk. See it? See how big it is? All right. Every single time, because we're gifted amazing amount of memberships for all of my beautiful 1111. Yes, Dreamweaver, you rock. 10 month. 10, 10, 10. Every time that you gift memberships, however many you're gifted, not only is your name going in the jar for the New Year's Eve draw and giveaway, right? It's going to be the infamous, beautiful, magical box of 1111 gifts all in there for you. Not only for you gifting memberships are you getting in the drawing, but if you gave away 10, I'm going to match you in the sense that the names, I'll pick 10 individuals that get just randomly, that light it up, that go in the jar too. Okay? So that way I'm matching a gift back. So the person gifting gets in the jar as well as they're gifting 10 other ones or whatever, or 5 other ones, or even one, right? Cat age 14 months. 14 months. That's incredible. And I'm going to get this to where we have little things we can do. But in the meantime, let's do the GOAT, right? We have a lot of members now that really love the GOAT to release some frustration. So before we get into the details on this Idaho 4 and the university and how the dude got to be a billionaire, right? Here we go. Now, hopefully I do this right. Do you see him? Look at him. I know it looks more like a sheep, but I just couldn't resist. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was busy building the framework. I took everything and I made the graphics myself. So that wasn't itself building the framework. But over time, I'll add some little things like the goat. So, you guys are laughing. Too funny. Yeah. So now you can have a visual there too. The goat. So let's get into this. Let's seriously talk about it. What do you feel? So I posted the question. So what do you feel about Greek life, right? Is this a money biased cult? Or is it a money making machine, or both? They charge extra than a normal college because it's Greek life. And then there's also sororities, and there's frat houses, and there's like this hierarchy through the everything. There's the mother of the home. There's hierarchy, and there's ladder to climb, and you have to wonder how high up does this crime of this homicide, if it's involved with the frats and maybe the sororities, how high up would it go up the ladder? Where is that? I want to show you something. So about 6 months to a year ago, I made some little cards up talking about DNA, blood, saliva, all that kind of stuff, and I had them stacked on my shelf. Today, out of the blue, Jackson brought me this chewed up blood card. Now, it might be something in my real life, or it could be a case I'm working on. And so I wanted to show you blood. And I'm not sure why I'm being shown that. Right? So, Susan Rusko said, do you know one main rule is to report to the leaders if there is death before anyone else, including law. What? That's crazy. Dreamweaver says, both in my opinion, but Illuminati is very, very in the picture, big time, in my opinion, also. Okay? Christina Romp says, some just can't see through the reality of how Greek life is. They just want to be a part of the cool kids. Robin believes it is the Illuminati and says both. It is an elite choice. Like, it's always bothered me that, like, their society has put these pressure on a high school graduate to say, what college are you going to? And then even more pressure is that, did you get accepted to your college of your choice? And it's almost as if they can't accomplish it. They're a failure in some society, like, overview, that the more, success is measured by if you're jumping through the expected society hoops, if you will. Louise Wegman says, blessings and love to all. Thank you, whoever gave me memberships the other night. Hello, Sassy. Oh, that is a good question. It's not even a question. It's more your opinion, but it poses a question for me. And that is, Dreamweaver says, I have a feeling that frat houses are using the Fight Club game. That's scary. The Ropers feel that it could be very ritualistic. Colleen says, I believe Kaylee and Maddie had quit the sorority, and that's where we're headed in this conversation. Carla Burgeon, 11 months, no place I'd rather be than with my 1111 family. Congratulations, 11 on 11, you get to go. Sassy says, I love the new layout. I do too. I love it. And just wait, there's more. There's so much more. Like, wait till you get in the other world, which is a whole different world now. As we close, I have a special thank you. So watch, if ever the members watch a video till the very last second, it is this one, because I put a special thank you out there. And I call you out. I call you out as members to thank you. And there's a special thank you out there, so don't miss it at the end. Susan Rusko says the university president has to know if there are tunnels in that house or under the house. How do you get to be a billionaire as a president of a university? Billion. I'm not saying million. Billion. Bill with a B. B. What? That, no. Is there some, like, sideline business that, okay. I feel like just saying it. Should I say it? You are so creative always, Mama D. Aw, thank you, the Ropers. Interior Families, good to see you. Says congrats to all the new starlights. Hey, Busted Flesh, welcome back. Tina Turner fan, welcome back. All right, I'm just going to say it. Just say it. Because, why beat the bush to death or beat around it? So, is there some films being made of these hot little model-like sorority? Is there films being made and sold that if you want in this sorority to close off and do a spin? I don't know. Is there? Because how do you get to be a billionaire? And I hate to tell y'all this, but I have not seen an ugly girl come out of that college. They're models, like perfect little teeth, perfect little boom. Right? Now the guys, I'm telling you now, I would never have dated one of them. They're all goofy looking. The guys, goofy. And I'm talking nerdy goofy. Nerd goofy. And I'm a nerd and I'm goofy. Alright? So. But you feel me. It's like Beauty and the Nerds. And I'm wondering, are the females being hand selected for more than their smarts, more than their academics? Are they being hand selected? Let's compare it to USA pageant. Like, okay, they're a 36D. Sure. They got a 25-inch waist. Sure. It's almost like, it's creepy. Like, almost creepy. Like, go look at these sorority houses. They're like looking at the Playboy bunnies of the year all in one house. Go look at the frats, and it's like party animal kind of vibes over here with knives and machetes and playing like they're the knight, and they've got the wild hair, and they look like nerds. There is such a difference. I don't see any like, oh, he's cute. And, oh, he looks professional and well put together. I see a bunch of little nerds. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from this. But I'm just giving my opinion. Flossie May says, hey, Mama D and 1111. Family happy holidays. Thank you. Only Fams channels, I'm saying. There you go. Cat H had the guts to say it. Are they being hand-picked for their beauty so that can make some money? And could there be some sort of dark web connection to a cult? I find it interesting, you guys. Allegedly, the internet was shut down at 11:30 p.m., totally disconnected at the university until 6 a.m. the night of the murders. I find that very interesting. Who would have the authority? College security? You mean like the cops running around out there clad in black with a car that looks just like I said like 2 weeks ago? I mean, I've been talking about it. Now everybody else is starting to look. I had to plant some seeds there in some minds. But I said, why are they in an unmarked car that resembles a Hyundai Elantra? If you saw Drip Drop, he took it from there and went even deeper and actually did some car. So go check out Crime Circus with Drip Drop. He did some detail with the car. I feel it could be done slower and maybe more of a focus. And so I'm going to be thinking about that in detail, because that can definitely be done. So we got unmarked car that looks like the car driving around the house that they say are Brian's. Would be weird to find out if that is the cop car and there's no front plate. Why? And no security cam. So whoever, the cops would have known the internet was out that controlled the security cameras. Right? Hey, Trip Kaiser. Trip says hi, RD, and everyone in chat. Hey, B. Randall, I don't even know how you get to a dark web. Only heard about it. Me either, I'm just saying. The Roper says that was my first thought at the start of this case because of the stalking and possible connections to the dark web. It's very sus, Flossie. Mama Scheibel says girls were kicked out before they were murdered. That's the other thing. Good point. Good point, Mama Scheibel. They were kicked out, or they were left. We don't know for sure, but they were no more of it. And so you have Ethan, who's having to be tutored, repeating his freshman year, Xana, and then you have the two girls leaving the sorority, one leaving the college. Did they know something that threatened that lifestyle, that culture? Susan Roscoe says, in a memorial, Ethan's friends said they were just talking how excited they were that Ethan was moving into the sorority house just days before the 13th. What sorority house? What sorority house? You mean the girls' house? If he was leaving the frat and he had a frat fight, that really would be total sus. Was he moving in with Xana? Dreamweaver says, yeah, looks like a blood sport this happening. In my opinion, we have a lot of these members in the authority jobs around there. That's all this shit keeps going on. Susan Roscoe says, who owns the little white sedan that's parked in front of the house? Was that BF's car? Sure looks very similar to BK's. That was the cops. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. That car that we see that looks like Brian's parked at the end of the driveway is not Bethany Funk's. That belongs to the cops that are clad in black, that aren't in uniform or undercover, in an unmarked car, run around the neighborhood at the end of the driveway during the time of the murders in question. Could that be why they moved the time as well? Because they are at the scene at the time of the murder and they can't really tell you why? Because why? Because why, y'all? How high up the ladder did this go? And could, if these said films, if there is some sort of like filming of these sorority girls and making money off of them, make you a billionaire? More than likely, you look at those girls, and what if the appetite got stronger. What if the appetite was like, I want more than just some whatever. I want it to be high risk and dangerous. You feel me? Christina Romp says, I keep going back to when BK was first arrested, and he said, didn't anyone else get arrested, and had a worried look on his face. We don't know what kind of face he had. We have no idea. The only person that said Brian did that was Brian Hinton. We have no proof he said that. That has never come from another source other than Brian Hinton. And how would he know what was said? The cops aren't going to tell Brian Hinton that he asked that unless they leaked it. And we have no idea what was on his face. And I'm not trying to call you out. I'm just saying I'm getting to the point to where I'm starting to really understand how much we are being programmed to see things a set way that may not be true. See, I don't know either, Interior, but I find it strange the internet allegedly was out from 11:30 till 6:30 in the morning on the night of the murders, which would take an authority of security measure to be able to accomplish that, because it runs security cameras all over the campus, and it would protect, footage from being gathered. And you notice how protective they are of cameras and footage, because when the president of Sigma Chi was asked if they had cameras, he said, nope, no cameras here. We have no cameras. No camera. Nope. Jenny Troglin says, I believe Kaylee was going to rat the Greeks out. And think about it. I'm just going to say the Greek type of restaurant in a Greek kind of lifestyle could all be connected. Natural Healing says Kaylee wasn't sure if she wanted to see Maddie and Xana changing her locks. It's a red flag. Oh, let me reread that. Kaylee wasn't sure if she wanted to see Maddie and Xana changing her locks. It's red flags. The Roper says it's against the rules to be able to get out of a frat. You can't. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm asking. So let's pretend for a minute that we did know. No, it's just hearsay. It's just us speculating. Say Ethan was going to move in with girls and leave the frat. We've already got 2 girls not in the sorority. And I would imagine Xana was pulling her energy back too. Now, who stayed in the sororities? Bethany and Dylan. They're alive. So, I ask you again. Is there a motive? I'm asking, hands up. Is there a motive? Is there a motive? When you think of, what if all 4 victims were all pulling their energy out at the same time, living under one roof, except for Ethan, who's moving in? And then you have the 2 roommates that survived that are all for the college. Well, the sorority. Sabby BK says, where is the chat on this big screen from? They're talking about Johnny Depp case. Oh my God. Hold on. I knew everything wasn't going to go perfect. I've been so busy on chat. Hold on. I got to go too. You guys, I probably just ended the live. I don't know. But I got to go. Y'all, it actually grabbed the wrong signal, so I've got to go down here. We'll fix it. Thank you. I knew something was going to go wrong, but I didn't know what it was. Hold on. Okay. Let's put that there, come up here, and let's see. We are in the member cam. Okay, we can do that member chat window. Then we go to live chat. I got to paste the stream in. I just had so much going on. There you are, my beautiful people. Wait till you see the comments we're going to get. That's too funny. I've been so busy zoned into the case. We have comments on some other person's channel. We're running their chat. It's time for the goat. Okay, let's get back over. Hold on. Let's get the screaming goat. Ready? That is too funny. Are you kidding me? I was so into the case I didn't even notice. Jersey Gal says, the entire town of Moscow is sketchy. University, frats, cops, weird church, local businesses. It's all like, yeah, truth train coming through. That is too funny. Oh my God. That happens because it was hooked up to our old feed, okay? And then that live ended, and so when I hooked it back up to go, it still had the old feed in it, which was now somebody else's. Don't ask me, I don't know, but we got it fixed. That's hysterical. Colleen says they say Jack D has a white Hyundai Elantra. His mom or dad allegedly does. Natural Healing says, I was wondering why I couldn't see my chat. Hi, Candy Rapper 420. Chloe feels like Ethan's family may know the truth. It is. It is. Storm Dancer says, Moscow is like watching the Twilight Zone. I can't believe we had, like, chat about Johnny Depp up. That's too funny. That is so weird. So, Glowy says Dylan talked Kaylee into coming back for a specific weekend. Isn't that convenient? That's really now out my takeaway from our members Starlight chat tonight, our true crime chat. My takeaway is the 4 killed are the ones that basically, allegedly, are leaving the Greek life. The frat, the sorority, they're done. Allegedly. The 2 surviving roommates are still in it to win it. Whoa. Hi, Katrina Miller. I don't know why we made it 35 minutes with somebody else's chat up. Oh my God. We'll have to see how many people leave a comment. It'll be so funny. Right. So the Ropers have a very good point. They saw on the footage there were a lot of people watching the girls that night, and it was so creepy. Laura says her gut tells her that BK did do this. Susan Rusco says, yeah, DM wanted her, meaning Kaylee, as a number one in her sorority party that night. Sabby DK says, I'm curious if Ethan's parents were in Greek life. It would make a lot of sense why the siblings stayed and why they are staying so quiet. Just want to move on. Yes, at this point is a good time that if you have not left your DNA on the like button, that's me leaving my DNA. Make sure you do so if you want to show support for our beautiful 1111 family, our channel, me, the boys who are being so good. Oh my golly. Sassy says, yeah, the only excuse I could think of for the delay in calling the cops is if they were afraid of calling because they knew the LE was involved. But unfortunately, I feel they knew prior, etc. So that's the thing is, I went and looked, and there's an actual like part of the police force that is like stationed, sanctioned for the college. Yep. So those folks would have the authority to disconnect internet. And if it's true that the internet dropped on the very night of the murders, we're looking for somebody that would have security clearance. Jersey Gal says, I don't understand Ethan's parents allowing his surviving siblings to go back to that campus. Knock on wood. That'll probably wake my dogs up, Dreamweaver. So Susan Rusco believes the roommates were promised they'd be safe. Natural healing. I feel that there is a lot hidden, she says. Christina Romp, hello. I haven't heard if the house is still going down tomorrow, the 28th, or later now. I haven't heard either. Katrina Miller believes this was absolutely personal, as do I. You know, in the beginning they were like, the house was targeted or the occupants, the residents. Well, if it was the house, it sure wound up with it being in the president of the university's hands. You know? That's weird. I just can't get over the fact, I mean, we have men clad in black, not in uniform, not in a cop car, not undercover, but clad all in black as if they're going to go do a shakedown. And we have the internet allegedly out. They have the means to do this. And it would make sense that it would be knives if these are bad LE. Because you're certainly not going to use a gun. First of all, there's gunpowder blowback that you would have on you. You could be found out to be the one that fired the gun. There would be bullet tracking. There would be so much more probability of getting caught because you used a gun. No matter who you are, as soon as you use a gun, it leaves a trail to you. But a knife doesn't. And anybody working in law enforcement knows that everybody has a knife. You've got a whole damn drawer full of knives in your kitchen. So, why are they clad in black? Why are they in an unmarked car? Why are they at the end of the driveway at the time that we are in question of a quadruple homicide? And then it's knives. So, somebody knew better than to use a gun. We have the internet down. And then they just grabbed somebody from another university that was, they lived 9 miles from Moscow. 9 miles. I live 4 miles. If they were to go check our phone tower out, I would be pinging in both Owen and in 2 towns, because our towns are so close. And if I go see my mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law, if I go see her, I will ping in a little town over there that I don't go to. I don't go to that town, but I'll ping over there. So, Katrina Miller believes that Brett Payne, the lead investigator of the Idaho 4 case, she believes his DNA is the one that's actually on the sheath. So, I want to talk about our pendulum reading. I deleted it. I am not comfortable with it. I wasn't comfortable when it was happening. We are in Mercury retrograde, Mercury is going direct, I believe, today or tomorrow. But Mercury rules my sign. So, when it's in retrograde, you can get the opposite answers and things like that. It doesn't have to be electronical. It can be any form of communication. Everything was off. I just don't buy it. And I don't know if it's me or the pendulum or what. So I did take some time off to clear my energy. And I want to go back at some of those questions. But I really feel strongly I'm going to stay with tarot, because anything that requires me to sit perfectly still in order to do, it could be affected by my dogs running across the floor. They also bump me and the table, and I don't feel solid, and I'm not going to put myself out there and say I feel solid on that read when I don't. And so I did pull it. I was like, something's not right there. I need to go clear my energy, wait for after this Mercury retrograde. And I'm not saying that it was all wrong, but the whole energy felt off to me. Hi, Peg Sue. She says they are bringing all this suspicion onto their town because they are gag ordering and making everything so private. Maybe things will come out not even related to this case because of that too. Well, I'll tell you what I absolutely believe to be true. And it's never been talked of by anybody in this case. But I 100% believe that the victims were tasered before they were killed. And that is why I started questioning the cops, the law enforcement in the area. Because I'm like, you cannot get a taser legally. Not legally. You have to be of law enforcement. But I do feel, truly, And I wonder if that's why some of the autopsy reports, there were no photos that we know of. I wonder. I really, really wonder if they were tasered. And that you could be a female. You could be a female and you could overpower a male just like nothing. I'm not saying it was a female. I'm just saying. I'm just asking. Chloe says President wants to control the tunnels to keep control of them. I didn't quite get that, Chloe. Sorry. Yeah, my gut told me to leave that alone. I mean, anytime it goes against what I feel is strongly true, I do get red flags. And that entire pendulum reading was off. Like I was being told, don't invest into what's being shared with you. I don't feel that it was like a negative energy influence in it. I feel like it was more like we might have got our yes and no's confused in some way or something. I don't know. Mercury can play havoc with communication and devices, right? Susan Rusko feels there was more than one killer. Right, Sassy. Sassy says, thank you so much, Danny, for being genuine and authentic always. Your intuition on the pendulum reading is also educational for us all. Well, think about it. My dogs are running all over, so I'm totally distracted. I've got Mercury retrograde, and this was one of those hardcore hitting ones. Like, it was like punch you in the face bad. And my energy was drained already because we had been doing reading after reading without a break. It's the holidays, and I was trying to get a lot of this framework done for our stuff. There, I'm more centered. And I was stressed. And when I started getting weird answers, I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like something tells me in my heart of hearts that that's like probably Maddie's coat laying out there. And the pendulum said no, and I was wanting to argue. I was like, no, I feel that is Maddie's coat at the end of the driveway. I really do. And I don't feel like Ethan was killed elsewhere. I don't feel that at all. We have blood running down the house. And if you know anything at all about the human body from a healthcare perspective, you'll know that blood is not going to run like that unless the person's heart is pumping. Heart pumping means alive. Just saying. Do the math. And so, honestly, I just felt like I would leave that alone. LE probably gets kickbacks from Greek life. I really think so. Okay. Susan Rusko says, definitely feel that DM was part of the plan somehow. Maybe not the extra crime, but somehow involved with the plan. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look how late it is, you guys. No, B. Randall, you weren't off. I think I was off. You guys, we gotta go. We gotta go now. I love you. Let's do the goat. Let's do the goat, and then we're gonna go. We'll get it figured out. Thank you so very much. I love you. Here's your surprise. Let's see. We got to do. Hold on. New buttons. We got to do this first. That's what's coming up next. Let's see. What way? There. That way. That's what's coming up next. So make sure and check it out. That's what we're going to do a reading on. All right, you guys. I love you. To the moon and back.